what's it called? Um, so for the jump, for the jumps, right? You know that grunt sound that plays.
Yes.
Is that played on takeoff, or is that just played when the jump starts?
No, that is playing when you input the jump,
See, I
which
thought so. Yeah,
now it should be very close to takeoff.
yeah,
Um,
but I'm getting a bit. It feels a bit weird. So I think we need to do it so that it's on takeoff because it's sort of like I'm hearing the grunt and then he jumps like half a second later or like just even 0.2 seconds later, but I feel a disconnect between the sound and then my character. It sort of goes and then he jumps as opposed to like
yeah,
as he's jumping it's so then it actually because now it doesn't, it feels weird, like it feels kind of off. The sound I
yeah.
think is going to be really nice, but I just think the time of when it plays is going to be a big factor.
That one was I placed it on the input because I wanted to give immediate feedback that the user had done something, but with the whole system that now is a lot more responsive, we don't need to do that.
We don't
We
need
can
it.
just do it on the takeoff, really.
Yeah, that's what I think. And if we can get that input tracker whatever thingy in, that should help as well. So, but yeah, we could play around that. I mean, I think it's just the sounds, or you can just already see how much they actually do make a difference. Um, personally. So,
Yes, I think with the first step, the clothes and like the music, it would just feel like super nice.
to turn all of this. So in the so Dado, if I just share my screen really quick, where do I want to change? I want to change one of the common parameters, the IK root wide distance, right? Um, IK hand root wide distance. I basically I want to change it because the way we calculated before was wrong, and that's why some of the stuff was off. Basically I want to change it so that it's, if you can see my screen, this code here is actually
Yeah.
where we set the value. Where do in is it in the anim cutter common that we set the common parameters?
Yeah, that is. Well, yeah, depends if it's a common parameter, but yeah, it's either here or it's
Oh, I see
in
here. It's here. Calculate common parameters.
uh, do, do, do we set the IK there?
No, I think it's if it needs IK. Okay, so it needs hand IK params.
Add IK curves, right?
Oh, so here we say params dot common parameters dot left hand resting height is equal to this. Right hand resting height is equal to. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So um,
I
I
think that one.
okay, yeah, yeah. This guy here. This is what I want to change. Okay, I want to play around with this guy. Um, it will mean I need to re-elaborate everything, but I think it'd be worth it because I think it's going to massively clean up the code. Um, because I think it's actually going to be very important for when I do the what's it called? Yeah, for when I do the uh, what do you call it? Yeah, when I do um the distance match stuff to be able to do it different ways. I can just use one value to be like, oh, use this value or use this other one. So okay, yeah, I'll play around with this. Let me check in my changes so far. Stop streaming so I get my frames back. Hey, clown. How are you? How are you getting on? I mute myself, Dado, so I don't annoy you. Just give me a shout.
Okay.
Hmm, this is interesting. You're coding this. Nice. What are you working on? What are you working on? This is my playlist if anyone wants to listen to nice tunes with me. Hey, Traps, go. How you doing? Okay, nice, nice, nice. You like to hear it? He was home before the bedtime, yeah. Okay, so basically, so I don't know about all this stuff. Um, so I'm gonna kind of butcher this thing. This is wrong. I don't care about this. Hmm. So issue is I care about both. I care about that resting hand distance, right? But I also care. Yeah, I care about that resting hand distance, but I also care about that earliest resting time. Those are the two values I actually need to do the distance match for the vault. So this guy here. So this value here, I'm going to rename you. Why doesn't it like me to refactor this thing? There we go. I don't like that name. Because that hand IK root Y distance, I think that is when the hand is at rest. How far is the thing? But I don't like it. Hand IK. Hand rest distance from pelvis. I think that is. I think, yeah, hand rest distance from root. It's actually like hand distance from root at rest. But hand rest distance from root kind of works. I'll rename you, and I want to create a new one. Is like early hand rest, earliest resting time, basically. But really, it's just I don't want to change that yet. There we go. So yeah, so hand rest distance from root is just going to be the rest hand distance, and then hand earliest resting time is just going to be earliest resting time. Then we don't actually care about you, right? Okay. We do care about these. So now we have these two values, right? I'm gonna just rebuild, and hopefully it just works. Probably won't. Because if I go in here, I don't actually have any errors. Because then what I can do basically is eliminate all of this because it's calculated. Because the issue is having to calculate this crap every time. It should just be calculated when we elaborate the animation because it doesn't change. So because it doesn't change, it's like, well, you know what I mean? I hope these curves are created, basically. If not, I just need to do them when they are created, basically. So after they've been created, get the curve values. Yeah, so okay, I mean, it looks like it's actually gonna work, so which is nice. Let's have a look here. If I re-elaborate you, see what value you have. So, hand-eye rest distance is 81. Hand-eye earliest resting time is 0.9. So this is correct. We know that's correct already. So now, rest distance is 81. If this works, let's check. So 0.96 is when it said. So 12.29 basically. Okay, let's see what the hand right distance and hand left distance were. Yeah, it's correct. Oi, oi, oi. I mean, I got to re-elaborate everything, which is long as hell, but it's like 20 minutes or something. But we know it works, which is what matters. Awesome. So what this means is, now that that's done before, we can just delete all of this. Oop. How nice. And now we're like, so now we can be, this is when we're like, let's figure out how we're gonna do our distance match, right? So what I want to do is basically have, you can distance match in a couple different ways. So you can like distance match your hands, distance match your feet to the point, right? You can either distance match hands, distance match your feet. Trying to think what else you want to distance match. Don't even know, to be honest. Distance match hands, distance match your feet, distance match your climax. And when you're at the top, or you're at the top of the jump by the wall. Yeah, I like that. Oh, cool. Let's create parameters for that. Should I say root, feet, or root? It's like, really, it's your root, right? And if your root is at your foot, I guess it's root, hands. So root, hands, climax. And so those are the areas in which you can actually distance match. So it's like, I distance match my root. So if I distance match my root, that's like, I need my root to be at the edges at this point, at this time. If I distance match my hands, I need my hands, and I work based off my root of that. If I do my climax, I need to do the climax. That's cool. So we can say switch. So here, distance match type. Beautiful. Then we want to say switch type. We say case E. If I had it my way. So you're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're the one sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. You give yourself to me, give it. Also, let's do float. So we have a float ball and 2 floats in the ball. Cool. It's the sunrise. Although I'm pretty sure these are initialized, so I don't even need to do that. Yeah, I don't need to do this. I just directly changed the params values. Beautiful. So let's say if you want to do hands, let's do hands because we know you're gonna say these two. Ledge distance, hand rest. This is a banger. I just wanna see her. This is not in the playlist. This is a goated song. Also, we say here. Now rest hand distance. We don't need you no more. We say candidate. Common parameters. Dot. And rest distance from root. Say here, and in root distance a hand rest. Oh, I do need that root Y. So cool. Yeah, so we have the ledge distance hand rest and the in root distance a hand rest. Awesome. And then we just say distance to match is going to be this. So params. Even better. Lovely. Then we say we get rid of you. Oh, get rid of you. Take you here. There you go. Distance to match. And then we just change it to rams dot sync time. Beautiful. Is equal to this. Just do this. There's gonna be I feel like we're going to use this across a couple of things. So these are kind of like things that we're going to use throughout. Get rid of you. Yeah. What's that? Awesome. Nice. See how much cleaner this is. So yeah. love this song. The way you move, you make it seem right through it, make it easy. You believe me. Alright, so. Oh, okay, so. Nice. This ain't been going my way, but I need you here. Alright, so. It's climax. That's for the hands. That should work. I assume. Now that's all good. So now if I actually just, yeah, like get distance match rate, yeah. Best thing, babe. Okay, so these can all be const. Talk to me. We've come a long way, baby. Oh, so this is where it's gonna be a bit tricky because it's gonna depend on what kind of distance match it is. For now, I'm gonna do everything as hands, but we're gonna change that up depending. Okay, so the beauty of this is the things I calculate. Well, I don't even use this anymore, so it's actually useless. None of this gets used. But yeah, I'll do a massive cleanup. Hey, Lua, thanks, man. Yeah, just hang around. I know a lot of people mostly just like they're doing their own work, having a background if they find it interesting. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing, pop me a question, I'll answer. I talk through as I'm doing it, so if anyone wants to use it to learn, we'll learn together. But yeah, if you want me to shut up, just mute me and put some music on. If you want a playlist, my coffee shop, Ko-Fi shop, on Spotify. It's the one I'm listening to now, but you can't hear it. I wish you could. It'd be so much more cooler, but copyright that. But yeah, thanks for being around. So let's do all of the distance matches from hands for now. Now it won't work for a lot because they won't have the right values, but because I need to re-elaborate everything. But let me just, then I'll go through, I'll re-elaborate a bunch really quickly, and then yeah, hopefully that should work for the general few. And then I can this is already infinitely cleaner, and these values that I calculate here, they're going to be used across. But yeah, this is infinitely clean already. I do game programming at uni. So far, we only do Reaper on Unreal Engine, so this looks very. It's honestly not, mate. It's really not. I mean, how old are you by chance? For reference, I'm 22. I left uni less than a year ago. And I had really, basically, it's a bit about me. I started this project joined on this project like 2.5 years ago. 2 years ago actually, from next month. Um, and yeah, my experience when I first came on, I was in my third year at uni. My experience with Unreal was limited to Blueprint as well. Um, hadn't really done any C++ either. Um, and then I came to project. Then I did my thesis. I started learning C++ mainly to be able to work. Most of the stuff I did in Unreal was actually in Blueprint, as I was learning C++. But learn C++. Um, then my thesis project I did in primarily C++. Um, but then yeah, even still, even after I graduated, I knew fuck all. I didn't really know much. It's only this last year have I actually started to get to grips and start learning stuff, and I still don't know loads like that. I'm trying to like, well, I know stuff. Like I know how to program now in C++, but I have a lot to learn still, basically. So I bought the C++ primer book as well. So it's just finding time to go through it. But yeah, just you learn by doing. So that's how I found it. So, but yeah, if you ever think you're far off, you're really not. So I think I can rebuild this. There's gonna be errors. I already know it. Just how many? That's the question. So no, it seems daunting, but that makes sense, I guess. 29 second year snaps. Oh yeah, you got loads of time, man. Yeah, my second year I didn't even touch Unreal Engine in my second year, so you're ahead of me, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, you got loads of time. Just yeah. How do I put it as well? Like, I think I learned the most from oh, I'm so stupid. Yeah, I know people say to like keep doing different projects, but like I actually can't help but like advise against that. Like, it's so like the reason I feel like I've learned a lot in a short period of time is because I've gone into a project that we're seeing to the very end, and is obviously super passionate about it. But again, the only reason I think I've actually learned anything is because I've not been able to just stop. I was like, what's going on here? Distance match type? What? Oh, that's so annoying. Freaking hell. Um, Bloody engine code. Um, yeah, what do I name this stupid thing? Damn, E distance match type is perfect. E distance match. So annoying. E distance match type is perfect. I guess E distance match base. Distance match source. That's so stupid. Yeah. If you do have a own project, like I think it's really cool if you make one project. If you pick one project, it's something that you know you'll be passionate about, and you actually want to see to fruition, and then just stick at it. Even when it gets hard or when it gets boring, like because on God, like the problem when you keep restarting. Yeah, the problem is when you keep restarting, you never actually come across the problems that you're gonna need to come across when a project gets more complex. So it's like, how do I put it? If I always start up, if I only get ever get like set so far with any given project, all the problems that are to come, I never actually experience because I've always just restarted before it. But like where you learn is actually where you get stuck. That's beyond that is the actual realm of learning. So if you always just get to a point where you're stuck or it's whatever, what is going on, man? Type redefinition. Where? Oh crap! For God's sake, mother. So stupid. I renamed it and I renamed everything. And then in here, it's distance match. So stupid. So annoying. Okay. Yeah, man, for sure. It's also easier said than done to actually find a project you really want to be passionate about. But yeah, try and look for one if you can. It's gonna help you a lot, I think. All right, I think that should be that. Alright, in the meantime, while that loads, let's have a look at now. So if it's root, this is what we need to map. We need to map the root, and that's actually pretty easy to do actually, because basically we just need to. That's actually really easy to do. We can just be like, we already had the root distance to take off. So we just need to do rams distance to match is equal to root distance at takeoff minus get ledge trace data ledge distance 2D. Oh, you bloody bastard. This dude. So basically what this is doing is I'm gonna whip out paint because that is the classic. What I'm doing here is basically, so think about this. I've got a ledge here and my guy's here, right? He's saying, hey guys, this is me. So I'm saying, oh, I got here. And I want to say, at this point here, I want to take off, right? So I want to take off at this point here, right? I know how far this is. That's the ledge distance 2D. So I know how far this is, right? Now my animation, for example, may make me take off. Like if I start my animation at this point here, I actually take off over here, right? Which is off the wall, right? So I need to actually start my animation at whichever point this, like minus this, in order to take it in. So if I start my animation, so yeah, it's from the ledge distance, my distance, like root distance to take off is going to be 400, which is, that's just from 0. So this is from 0. So if I subtract this from this is going to give me this distance here that I actually need to start my animation in, so that if I start that at this point here, I'll take off here. That makes sense. So like I move this back this distance. If I start here, that means I actually only travel this distance, so that then I'll only travel this far, which is the same as the ledge distance. That's a lot of lines. I hope that made sense. Might not have. Basically, animation travels x about x far. The wall is y distance. If I take x minus y, that is going to be the difference in the two. I need to move forward in the animation that distance and start from there, so that when I do it, I'm actually going to be y distance away. So subtract that from that to get the distance I need to match in the animation, and then easy peasy, we just do this dude here. And then to determine whether it's valid is two things. Is if what it's actually take is if there is a valid match if it's greater than 0, so it's actually in the animation. Because if I get a distance to match less than 0, that means you have to go too far back, so it's not possible. Like it can only be at 0 or ahead. Or if my distance match is less than my actual takeoff time, because if, for example, this root distance to takeoff is like, my root distance to takeoff is 20 or whatever, or like, I mean, this actually won't be a problem, because this will never actually be a problem, because it was a problem before when I was doing the hand thing, because with the additive hand value, you could actually take off after. You can actually take off after the takeoff point, but with the additive hand value, still be less than the ledge distance. But with here, because I don't look at the hands, I'm purely looking at the takeoff point. My distance to match can never actually be greater than my root distance at takeoff, because this value, the lowest it can be is 0. Well, if this is bigger than 0, you're inside the wall, which is impossible. So this can only ever be 0, which means the max this can be is that, which is at takeoff. Now I'm going to leave this in case of the scenario that this ends up being less than 0. It should never, but if it does, I don't want it to jump. So if it picks up something behind it or some shit like that, I don't want it to do it. So we'll leave it in. It should always just be true. So only less than or equal to. So yeah, I was thinking about this exact sort of thing. We're trying the game. When trying our game. Oh, so are you a backer, Lua? Yeah. We done distance match before. Now we do. Well, we did, but we just did it the wrong way around. This way is right. Now, with this, well, okay, so first thing I need to do, check the other way still works normally. Means I have to re-elaborate everything. Yay. Or fun. City. Talk to him. Oof. JP could be nice with it, bro. Tell him. Man. This is gonna take ages, man. It's not, I mean, they do it a second at a time, but to go through each one. Which one was I at? I don't even know. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's gonna get sorted out soon anyway. But yeah, I mean, you have access to all the demo versions. Are you in the Discord, by chance? Oh my god, there's so many to do. I don't know if I've got it in me tonight to do that. I've got it in me, people. It's me. Okay, awesome. Yeah, nice. I know it takes a second to do, but it's like each one times by like so many animations. Can I just not? So long. is the issue is because you could theoretically pick any of these jumps. It's gonna be wrong unless how many more do I have to? I've got so many to do. Oh my god, I cannot be asked. I might just bank on this working. Not gonna lie to you. Do not want to sit here and re-elaborate all of them. You know, I'm gonna bank on this working. 17.6. So I'm here. Actually, not that many left, is there? Should we just do it all? Just do all of them. Let's just do all of them. This is the important part. But imagine before we used to have to do it manually. Like go in and change the values manually. Like imagine having to do that. Lord. It's like now we can have 80 animations and it takes like 5 minutes to do them. Beautiful. Okay, not that many left. Another minute and a half, maybe. Stick out with me, guys. We're gonna do this. 3287. No matter you always seem to agree. This ain't something. 5158. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Another minute. This is crazy. 5935. We need to just be like elaborate all. We do need to like no. Okay, people, don't forget to save. I forgot to save. I didn't change. There's a setting where you put it to auto save. I forgot to do it. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Save. Save all. My lord, I would have cried. I would have cried. I'll be honest with you. I don't know which one I'm at now. Mother, which one? Mother, which one was I? So this one now. If this takes ages to do, okay, I got rebuild. It's going too slowly now, but it's really nice. We did it. So just in ahead, we're on 6202. That's the one. Save this. What one were we on? 6202, right? I think 6202 we're on. Quickly rebuild, yo. Oh, to be fair, root. I mean, let me just write a code. Screwed, mate. Screwed, mate. And a climax. This one's also pretty easy. All I need to do is calculate the root distance at climax, which I think is already a value. If I'm not wrong, let me just actually. Already. Jump climax distance. This is what I want to know. What is that value going to be? Let me just check in this, dude. So jump climax distance is 476. I think I already have it. If I do this, life is easy. So jump climax is here. I think that is just root Y. Wait. I should really use a running jump. This is let me actually use the common parameter. Jump climax time. Jump climax time is 0.6. Okay. Let me look at the root TY. It's gonna give me 369, so 397. Where are you getting that from? $397. It's definitely something in here, but oh, I think it's Joy is. So if I go to 0.6, which is what this is 269, right? And if I go to the foot, right? So this is gonna be foot, right? Where's foot right? You're about 40 in front. Hmm. Yeah, jump climax distance. I actually need to. I'm just gonna look. Let me have a quick look under way that's calculated. I could actually just. I mean, I could do it two ways. I can take the root y at the climax time. But if the value's calculated for me already, why the hell am I not gonna jump climax distance? Curve name distance. Don't listen to that guy. He's gonna drive you into. Don't ever listen to it. Most synth distance. Okay. Sus. You can see the freaking curve for this guy here. It's that jump climax time. Okay, so that value's still off somehow. I'm gonna do it my verbose way for now. Could always change it around. But for now, I'm gonna do jump climax time. You're gonna lead him astray. Very much so. Your lecturers say blueprint is the way. Do not listen to them. Okay, do you know what it is, right? This is the thing. This is my reasoning behind it, right? Is that everyone that can program in C++ can use blueprints, but not the other way around. And that's why I say do the C++ way, because you have a base fundamental, like it's how you architecture the solution that actually matters. Because it's like, yeah, C sharp. Okay, C sharp is useful, because that's you can interpret it straight away. But yeah, it's like, yeah, how you do the solution I think matters, and I think that's where C++ is useful. Blueprints are great. Don't get me wrong, and like you theoretically could just create a whole game with it, but it's just not. It just doesn't. You can't manage it the same way. And like I said, you can go from coding thing to then just doing blueprints, but the inverse doesn't exactly work. That is why I say if you come from C++ to blueprints, it's easy. Going from blueprints to C++, it's like, why can't I just search this thing? So, well, no, you have to specify type and all this. Like, you mean it's not just right click. Oh yeah, no, for prototyping, it's rapid. It's rapid. Like, if you just want to check a line trace and see how it does, you have to fucking create this thing, just throw in blueprint. But they work together. But yeah, that kind of thing. Blueprint is powerful. Don't get me wrong though. Many jobs like now, especially with stuff like, I mean, when you get more complex parsers that you just type in what you want it to do and it'll do it. As that comes about, blueprint will be more and more use. Maybe less and less people will code, but there'll be a fundamental like knowing how to do it and what to ask or what to type is the most important thing, which is what like C++ gives you. Because the reason I say this is I've come from both. Like I come from purely knowing blueprints to now knowing both, and now I can be like, oh, I hate writing a blueprint compared to writing code. because like when I write code, I think about what like types I'm using, why I'm using it more so than I did when I was in Blueprint. Because yeah, doesn't mean that you can't in Blueprint think about that too though. Both have their positives, both have their negatives, I guess. Basically, learn both. Simple. So root different climax. Um, Simple. We just do the exact same thing as this dude. So here we go. So distance to match is going to be. So now you're going to say, yep. Now issue here, we're actually going to still use this is less than the takeoff, not the climax, because we want to match the climax taking away the ledge distance. So that you add the climax at the ledge distance. But we don't want to, if it's valid, you still have to take off. Like you can't say taking off after the root distance to take off because you'll be matching to something in air, which is wrong. So it still needs to be like this. That should do that too much. Alright, let me re-go. We were at number, what number were we at? No one made a note, did they? I think we were at 6202. Yeah, we're at 6202. So let's rebuild. Smells like this guy sounds like Anderson Park. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I'm digging out. Cloud on cloud nine. Let's do it. Digging this. Is this a plug? Which one feels real? Right. guessing this is your song. I would judge harshly. I listen to a lot of music. I would judge. I like the beat. The beat's nice. The beat's nice. I'll get behind this. Oh yeah, because my Spotify is disconnected. So you wouldn't hear on there. You'll only just hear the lo-fi. But I'm listening to it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It'll be. Do your thing, man. The end is nice. I like songs that end like that. You're not serious. I didn't know this existed. I did not know this existed. You could just re-elaborate everything. Why did no one tell me this? I thought this was broken. Because it is broken. So this whole time I could have just... Nah, man, I don't want to do that. Oh, fuck. Lost concentration. Oh, no, I got pause. This is what I didn't want to do. Mother trucker. Oh no, man. What I've done. I don't know what I saved or what I didn't save now. I'm a bit confused. Did not put myself in the best position. I've got a lot of minuses and not enough greens. Do you see what I mean? Oh, that was such a mess up. So that works. I could. So Guns, is that all you've been doing to re-elaborate all the animations? Why did you? Why didn't anyone tell me this? I'm sat here for the last 20 minutes doing that, one by one. Oh, there's no way. Oh, I think I mashed it up. Wait, oh, I've messed up everything. I've screwed myself up here. I don't know what's gonna happen now. I think I've lost some animations. I just wanted to check if it worked. Oh no, I'm so annoyed. I don't know why. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. That's my fear. That exact reason. I feel like I've lost half these animations. I'm actually a bit nervous about this. I have as well. Look, I've lost all of them. Waste of time. It was such a waste of time. Oh my god. I don't. It's too much of a faff to figure out which ones to undelete. I'm just gonna have to get rid of them all. We're so close.